So, Jay, when you saw that at the time, pre-match, what did you make of it? And now you know what Rosenior was upset about. What are your thoughts on it now?
Again, I think it's just one of those things that happen in every single game. It happens all the time.
What does? As in, when plays in your half or a manager having a go?
When the goalkeeping coach on the other side will come and stand in your half, in the opposition half, and the goalkeeper's kicking long balls. That's just what happens. But I can understand his frustrations, that's for sure, because he's like saying, you know,
what did you think when
my team are warming up?
What did you think when you were warming up and the opposition?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, especially for me personally. Like I used to do a lot of quick feet drills around kind of where the halfway line is before I go in. So, and I see balls coming over near me, you know, because not every kick's going to be accurate. So they're going to be flying over your head. Sometimes they've like whistled past me. It's frustrating. You look back and you say, what are you doing? So I can understand that, but I actually really like the way Rosenior handles the media. I like the way he speaks. He's all about business. He's all about winning, and those little inches and you know, millimeters that can help you get their upper hand. You know, you want to use that. Maybe Arsenal did do those kind of things intentionally to, you know, kind of take the players off their game. I'm not too sure, but maybe so.
Because I suppose one point would be that Arsenal were saying, we're at home, this is our stadium, this is our pitch, we will go wherever we like.
I mean, there is sportsmanship. I mean, look, he's over the halfway line, that's what I'm talking about. So, like, he's receiving the ball from the goalkeeper there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's taking goal kicks. He's, you know, hitting the sidewinders over the defender's head. That's what he's practicing because they're going to do that in games. But he's saying, I don't mind you doing it, but just stay in your half. It's that simple. And he's got upset about it because, and he's right. He's right. They should respect, Arsenal should respect, I know Arsenal are at home, but Arsenal should show the sportsmanship and the respect to do their warm-up in their half and then Chelsea's warm-up in Chelsea's half. But it's going to be funny going forward for the rest of the season because a lot of people are going to be looking at this now and see how Chelsea do their warm-ups.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Well, let's have a listen to what the journalists John Cross and Henry Winter said on Back Pages tonight about it.
I challenge everyone, I think, really, to have a look at warm-ups up and down Premier League games this weekend, and I guarantee you will see a fair number of goalkeeping coaches or coaches knocking balls to their goalkeepers to then ping it long and practice their long kicking. That's what happened, and the ball was going into Chelsea's half. It's quite a common occurrence. It happens most weeks.
I'm sure some Chelsea fans will quite like it, that he's being a little bit feisty. But if you do things like that, do it after you've won. You know, don't do it when it looks a little bit like, is he trying to distract or is that just him? I think an element of it is Liam. He has this huge belief in himself. 6 wins in 8 games is a good start. His career started superbly, but just tone it down a little bit with your public comments.
Tone it down a bit with the public comments. I know that you disagree with that because you've just said how good he is with the media.
No, I mean, he's been asked a question, right? If he's been asked a question, he's answering the question.
And he's answered it honestly, which is what we want.
Exactly.
We want people to answer it honestly.
That's what I don't like it when I hear managers sit on the fence saying, oh, we'll see this. And, you know, I prefer you to just be straight to the point. That's why I said I like what Rosenior is doing. He's being very honest, very blunt, telling people the way it is, answering the question the way it's been asked. And I think it's good. And he does have a very valid point because it is frustrating. I've been in that situation. And what if it does hit a player in the face? What if one of these keepers miskicked the ball?
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it hit people's, you know, backs and legs, but I've not hit it. I've not seen it hit someone in the face. But if that happens, then what? You know, when someone's not looking at the ball and it comes from like 60 yards and hits you in the back of the head, you're going to feel it. That's going to hurt. That could affect you for the game.
Is the general feeling, people on those pitches in the warm-up, the actual footballers, is the general feeling that you stick in your half, you do not go over the halfway line? Because when you talk about the goalkeeping coaches collecting like practice goal kicks, I do see that a lot. It does seem like it's unwritten rule that is allowed.
No, one thing is for sure, Chelsea would have their goalkeeping coach doing the same thing at some point before. But obviously this is Rosenior. He is the new manager. So, you know, he won't like it. And he's probably said to his coaching staff now, I don't want to see you going in the opposition half, you know, receiving kicks from the goalkeeper. You need to stay in your half. because people are going to look at it now. But there's no doubt about it. Every team does it. And it's just one of them things, you pull them up on it or you just let it go.
We've actually got a poll about this asking, were Arsenal disrespectful with that? And 2/3 are saying no, they weren't. OK, so you can keep voting on that poll. But Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis to discover true fan opinion. To have your say on your club, download the Finalysis app, scan the QR code, which is on the side of the screen right now. For more details. And, well, there it is. That's the QR code you need to scan. Apologies. Now, let's speak to Chelsea fan Henry Kale now. Right, Henry, did you like what you saw from Rosenior there, showing a bit of fight?
Morning. I just want to start off by saying I was hoping Jay wasn't on today. I've been doing quite well to avoid him after our last two results to Arsenal. I liked it. It was a bit of character. And yes, I agree. He's probably put us under a bit of scrutiny now with our warm-ups. I think if any of the Chelsea goalkeeping coaches end up in opposition's halves, I mean, people on social media and other managers will be all over it. But yeah, I agree with Jay that when you're warming up, you don't want to be thinking about anything else other than what you've set out to do. And when you've got balls flying past you, flying over you, it will obviously be a bit unsettling. And why not Rosenior comes out and speaks about it?
Was it a lack of respect?
I mean, it's difficult to say. If Arsenal have gone out with that plan to, send it down towards the Chelsea team, then it is, but I don't think they have.
Yeah.
I think they're warming up how every team warms up. I commentate in the Isthmian League in Division 7, and they do it down there, and they do it in the Prem.
And their kicking ain't as accurate, is it?
it's... Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say I don't think Arsenal are intentionally being disrespectful. I think the fact that Liam Rosenior's there, and it's happening, and he can see maybe the ball getting close to his players. He's then reacted to that. But I don't think Arsenal would intentionally, kick balls over the player's head. What is it? Are they aiming for the players then? I mean, I think it's a little bit reckless to say that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, definitely reckless to say that and to come out. But then the media asked him the question in the interview. So he has to then go and answer it. And I know people are saying, he should keep his comments to himself. But what he said was to the Arsenal team, and it got picked up by the cameras. It's not that he's gone out and made this big statement before the game and then lost. He said that, he wasn't happy with it to them. And then when the media asked a question, he was happy to answer.
Yeah, well, when you're asked a question, you should answer it honestly, shouldn't you? And he has come in and said all the right things so far, and he's been doing well on the pitch. I know you've lost twice, but both against Arsenal in that competition. But did he show a bit of a nasty side, showing a bit of steel there, as well as just being like a lovely guy who comes across well in the media?
Yeah, I've always been really complimentary of his press conferences. I think he comes across as a nice guy and an honest guy, which, is definitely stuff that you want to see. My favourite comment was his one to Paul Merson, where he said that being a pundit's an easy job in hindsight. I'm not saying your job's easy, Jay, but, Rosenior thinks it is. But yes, this time it was a bit of grit and it was a bit of steel, and it just showed a different side to him. And I think what Chelsea like to have as managers is characters. And it's nice to see a bit of character with Rosenior.
I actually liked his comments on the way he approached the game. Obviously, people were saying, he didn't go out and go straight at Arsenal. But I think he was right in saying that if I go straight at Arsenal and then they go and score 2 early goals, the tie's over.
Well, it happened the next night.
No, but
City.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I like what Rosenior said. So he stuck to his tactics. He wanted to bring the players on to try and make a difference. It didn't happen in that game, but I like the way he stuck up for his tactics. He owned it. He took accountability, and like he said, he was happy with what his players done, but they just couldn't get the result.
Yeah, I mean, I think the actual issue was when Esteban and Palmer came on, it didn't have that impact we were expecting. Yeah. We were expecting those two, talismans to come on and really have a run at an Arsenal team who didn't do much against us in 60 minutes, and it didn't work on this occasion. But I understand the tactics. I think, yet again, in hindsight, a load of players and pundits and fans are coming out and saying, that it was a whimper and we didn't deserve to go through. And to be fair, we didn't. It didn't quite work out. But I understand what he did. We're not the same Chelsea of the past that could go and turn over Arsenal at the Emirates.
I don't think it was a whimper. One thing I genuinely, this is my personal point of view, I don't like it when you bring players like Palmer and Esteval on the pitch, because a game like that is really hard to get up to the speed of the game. So I think players like Palmer, like Esteval, they probably should have started. Okay, I understand you were rotating, you know, you might want to rest, you know, think about the game coming up on the weekend. But ultimately, I think that was a really, really important game, you know, to try and win something early on in the season. But again, I want to see the best players playing. And I'm sure Palmer probably wanted to start, Esteval probably wanted to start. It's disappointing that you see them come on and then they are a little bit blunt because they can't get up to the speed of the game like the Arsenal players were.
Is being a pundit easy?
Not when I'm working with you.
I make it easy. I make you look good. Henry, I bet you commentating on the Isthmian League is not easy. Thanks very much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, lads.
In conclusion, Liam Rosenior's comments have added an extra layer of tension to an already heated Carabao Cup semi-final, raising questions about professionalism and respect at the highest level. While opinions remain divided, the Sky Sports FC panel's discussion highlights how small details, even before kickoff, can influence mentality, motivation, and the narrative around big matches. Whether Arsenal crossed a line or not, the incident underlines how fine the margins are in elite football, where perception can be just as powerful as performance on the pitch.